Okay, so here's how you set up a business letter. You're the president of your FBLA chapter, and Mrs. Jones, the FBLA advisor, has asked you to type a letter to businesses asking for sponsorships. The letter should include all necessary items of a formal business letter, field codes for the address and the salutation, and including the following information. Write the letter using the following info. It's dated April 10th, and then the salutation and some code, and then words for paragraphs. So let's just get started. We'll get into Word. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure my line spacing is single. And I'm going to remove my spacing after paragraphs. Okay. And the date they suggested was April 10th. And we'll do the current year, April 10th. 2021, whatever. Okay, hit enter 4 times because that's what we do for a letter. And now what comes next? Well, I'm going to go check my format guide. And the format guide is, I'm actually going to right click this to open in a new tab. And this is my format guide here. And I'm going to just scroll down to find a letter, a business letter. Here's general guidelines. I need to find letters. Right here's letters. So Times New Roman, Calibri, Cambria, or whatever, size 12. So let me see what I'm using. I'm using Calibri 11. That is acceptable. Spacing wise, letters. Top margin is 2 inches. All the other margins are 1. So let's change the spacing. Layout, margins, custom margins. Top is 2. All the others are 1, so that's good. I'm reading this here in the business world, knowing how to merge data into letter. Okay, and we're going to do that actually. Box top. Okay, there's all my margins. Okay. And then now I need to find an example of a letter, which I'm going to go all the way up here to the top again. That's general guidelines. All right, so then here I need to find a letter. Letters and envelopes. Right here is a letter with all features. So I'm going to click that link. That should take me straight down to a sample letter right here. So the current date, there is no mailing note, there is no confidential notation for this because it didn't say it in the instructions here, over here. So that is going to be blank. So we're going to go, it's double space or quadruple space if no mailing notation. There isn't, so we hit enter 4 times, which is what I did. And now we need to put the address in. Well, we're going to put holders here. So this would normally be like, I'm going to do mailings, start mail merge, and this is a letter. And then now it's going to want the recipients. Select recipients. I'm going to type a new list, and it's got all of these fields. I'm going to do customize columns, okay, and I'm going to add and subtract some here. So I'm going to come to my instructions, and if you scroll, my instructions right here, you can see here it's going to have a business name, a street address, city, state, and zip. I think that's pretty consistent, just 3 lines for all of them. So that's what we're going to use. So we don't need a title. That would be Mr., Ms., or Doctor. I'm going to delete that one. Yes. I'm going to delete first name. I'm going to delete last name because there are none. There is a company name. There was only 1 address line, so I'm going to get rid of the second one. We did have city, state, and zip. We don't need any of the rest of this stuff. Oh, not the zip code. Home phone. work phone, and email address are all deleted. Okay, and now I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to make these columns a little bit wider up here so I can see things better. Okay, and I'm going to click here in the first box. The first address is right here, Northern Agriculture. So I'm going to do this so I can see better. Northern Agriculture. Make this a little bit more narrow. Maybe I'll move it over here. Okay, so the company name is Northern Agriculture, and the address is 4050 145th Street. Is that right? Street West, 145th Street West. The city is Jamestown, Pennsylvania. So city, Jamestown, PA, and the zip code is 34291. And then I hit tab, and now I'm ready to start my next one. So I'm going to pause the video. You should pause this also and get the rest of the addresses typed in. And I just want to point a couple things out to you as far as typing addresses go. You should spell out street. And, you know, if there's a letter on the end, you can spell that out too. W is for West, Avenue, oh, and right here, 4th Street. Anything that's 10th or less, you should spell the number out. 7th, 4th, okay? And then, what was this one? Knowles Jewelers. That one was 330 Elm Street. Okay, so now once these are all typed out, I'm going to click OK. Okay, and now it's going to ask us, where do you want to save this? Use the default location. And for the file name, just type in, I think they want you to actually, if I scroll down, saved, okay. Let's just name it as job 2 addresses. Okay. And now we're ready to start typing this letter. Okay. What do I want to put in here? I want to put in the name of the business. So actually, I could click address block. Okay. And how do I want this to appear? Well, here's how the first one will look. If I keep clicking next, you can see how each one will look. I think that looks great. So I'm going to click OK. Okay, and then after the address block, how is this formatted? Let's take a look at the formatting guide. That's the address block, double space. So hit enter twice. And then let's see what it says. To whom it may concern. Well, advanced person, yes, it's when we don't know who it's being sent to, and we know it's going to a business, but we don't know exactly who's going to be looking at it. So we're going to type to whom it may concern. So let's go ahead and do that as a salutation. And actually you could do this, the greeting line. We could choose dear whatever, or none. Actually, we could do dear. The greeting line for an invalid recipient name, it could be dear sir, madam, or dear to whom it may concern. Let's choose that. And for the punctuation after, we're going to say none because it's open punctuation. So then OK, that's the greeting line. And then hit enter twice again because that's the greeting line. Hit enter twice. We skipped this because we don't have to have a subject line for a business letter. And now we're ready to start typing what they're asking us to type in the test instructions. So now we're here. Oh, here it has the salutation. Okay, so I was wrong. Dear company name representative. Note, coding for inserting the company name may differ. Okay, so we need dear company name and then the word representative. So we don't want this. We want dear, and then we're going to insert a field, and that's going to be company name representative, and no colon after it. Now we're ready to start typing the body. And the body is paragraph 1. My name is John Royce. Okay, and I'm going to pause this video and type this all out, and you should do the same thing. Okay, so I got the whole letter typed out. And now I've gotten down here. Whenever you see the name John Royce, change it to your name. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to the beginning. And I'm going to maximize this. And from the Home tab, I'm going to choose Find. And I'm going to find, actually, I'm going to choose Replace over here. Find what? John Royce, and replace with my name. Or you would type in your name. I'm going to do Find Next and Replace. Oh, and there was only one. Okay. Your title is Jamestown FBLA Chapter President. Okay. So, the end of the letter, I'm going to put in, I'm going to close this, the mailings again. Let's see, I'm just going to type sincerely. Hit enter 4 times. Give yourself a courtesy title, and they tell us what our title is, and that is Jamestown FBLA Chapter President. So, okay, at the end of the letter, then we also get further instruction. You do not need to include your initials at the bottom, but include the word enclosure because we're going to enclose the level. So you hit enter twice, enclosure, okay? So let's double check it with the format guide. Typing and hitting enter twice between paragraphs. Yep. Quadruple space, hit enter 4 times. Your name, your job title. And it looks like you can add all this other stuff, but we're just going to leave it at what we have here. This is good. Okay, so we've got the letter typed. And now we did all the, there was save the database as that, so there was that, but we already typed all that in. Create a mail merge using the information from that database to create letters that include the business's addresses and their business name in the salutation. Okay, so we're going to merge them, okay? And here's how you do it. Here it is. And really the only things that will change is right up here. So we can do preview results. And this is how that one will print, Miller Dental. We can arrow through and see how the others will print. Okay, and so we saw the preview. It looks like it's all good. So we need to do finish and merge. And we're going to do, let's see, edit individual documents. Go ahead and do that. And we're going to do all. I think. Did it have us? Oh. We're only supposed to print the letters to Northern Agriculture, Napa, and Subway. Okay. Well, this one's all of them. So I'm just going to come back here to my original one. And I'm going to do finish and merge, and I want to do edit individual documents, but I want to do, let's see, merge records from, well, let's do current record. We want Northern, was that one of them? Yep. Northern, Napa, Auto, and Subway. Or we could just do this. It already merged these. Let's just delete the ones we don't want. We want Northern. Okay, and we want it all on one page too. So let's just make our bottom margin just a little bit more narrow, okay? We didn't want this one, so we can select this and delete that. Okay, we do want Napa, so we want Northern Napa. Put Napa on one page. Do we want Miller? Northern Napa and Subway was the other one. So not Miller. Here's Subway. And again, we want to see. Let's get rid of this section break here, and we want to make sure we get Subway on one page. And let's get rid of this last one. And we can go delete. And let's make this smaller, get it on one page. Okay, and there we've got the merged documents. We can go File, Save As, and save it as instructed in the instructions. And then you can move on to the next job. And the next job is using those same addresses to prepare a label sheet. Okay, so we're going to go in Word. I'm just going to save the documents here quick. Okay, and then now I'm going to go File. Actually, I'm going to go Mailings. Mailings and Labels. And what do we want on the label? We want these as mailing labels, okay? Let's see. Options. We don't want full page of the same label. We want, tells us how many rows. 3 columns and 10 rows. So 10 rows, 3 columns. Actually, let's do Start a Mail Merge. And we're going to do labels instead. Okay, and we want, let's see, just regular address labels. All this is good. Actually, if you want to see, you can click Details. Okay, we're fine. This is good. And OK. In order to apply the selected label options, Word must delete the current contents of April 10th. I'm going to do Cancel. And I'm going to do File, New. And now I'm going to do Mailings and Mail Merge. Start Mail Merge, Labels, and OK. And now we have this. And now select Recipients. And we're going to use an existing list. And we're going to use the list that we made earlier. Remember, we saved it to the, right here it is. Open. And then we're going to do Address Block. And this is how it will look, and that's what we want. So we're going to say OK. And now let's do Preview. Okay. Looks like we need to get rid of this to bring. Oops. Let's see. Yeah. And we want to. Okay, and we're going to copy this address block. Control C, and it's got to be an easier way to do that. I guess just do address block. Let's do preview. And what I'm going to do is change the line spacing on here, and that'll get it to be, I'm going to do single, and then I'm going to do remove spacing before. And there we go. Now we have our labels made, and that's it for job 3.